Okay, so we're going to take a look at the Odenwolf. One of the Odenwolfs. So I've already opened the box. I want to show you how it came packaged. Those were kind of neat though. Not too bad. And this was in it. This actually gives us like 10% off. A little bit of instructions. But let's look at this blade. Really nice. I'll give you a little cleaning cloth. Not bad. All right. So this is the D2 version. It says it right there. Not a bad design. I really like the design actually. Not bad at all. Let's get some measurements on it real quick. Looks like about almost a 5-inch blade, not quite. About a 4.5-ish. And then the handle is going to be about 4 3/4. It's kind of a rubbery feeling handle. It's got this little piece down here, which probably make a good window breaker if you need to break a window with it or something like that. So yeah, let's talk about it real quick. So first of all, I always like to start with a handle. See how the handle feels. So the handle fits my hand quite well. I like the little indentions. Really nice. Plus it has a little area right here where it's kind of dimpled where that you can get a nice grip, and then you can lay your finger right here if you want to do some skinning. But the handle is, it's not sticky, but it doesn't slip. It's kind of got a little bit of a texture to it. Not bad. Then you can put a lanyard. It's got a lanyard hole here, and you can tell it's a full tang because it runs all the way down, and here's the end. So that's nice. For skinning, this would be nice. Now, the blade shape, very nice blade shape. It can stab quite well because it's thin here, and it has kind of a false edge on the back, but it's thinner here. And then it has a nice belly, but it's still a spear shape. And if you notice, this is all straightly aligned, so it makes a nice straight in stabbing motion if it need to be. The safety of the knife, well, I like to see this so that if your hand can't slide up on the blade if you do stick something, keeps your hand sliding up on the blade. The blade is not that thick, so I would guess, and I'm not going to go destroy a good knife, but I would guess that the tip would probably break pretty easy, depending on how hard it is. But we could probably test that if we had to, but I don't really want to tear up a good knife. This knife is designed for cutting and stabbing. It's not a chopper. It's not even big enough or wide enough for a chopper, so probably wouldn't use it for that. Probably wouldn't even baton wood with it, but we might. How sharp is it out of the box? Is it shaving? Let's see if we can find some hair here. I'm about to use all my hair up. Yes. Yeah, it's shaving quite well. So it comes pretty sharp out of the box. To be D2 steel, it's not bad. I love the overall shape of it. Super nice. Now it's a hollow grind. Through here is a nice hollow grind. Fit and finish. Fit and finish. Well, look right here. This a little bit off, so probably was handmade if I was going to guess. Is it straight? Very straight. How's that tip look? Not bad. And the edge, they put a really good edge on it. That's a straight, smooth edge on that side. And you notice it's a little, the edge is a little thicker here than it is here, but still about the same. Now let's see here. What's the distance right here compared to here? About the same. Also here, about the same. So not bad. Nice quality work. Down here, how does this look? Is there any gaps or anything? Nope, it's pretty solid. Now, not saying that if you worked it hard for a whole day that it wouldn't be, you know, loose or whatever. I wouldn't think it is. It looks like it's molded onto it. So basically it was, you know, dipped in and molded around. If I had to guess, that's how it was made. But yeah, for the price, you know, I think this was around 40 bucks if I had to guess. I can't remember exactly. I buy so many knives. 39, 40 bucks, something like that on Amazon. That's not bad for a D2 steel knife. They can skin, can stab, and it moves nice in the hand. So let's just see how that kind of plays out here. Back this thing up a little bit. Yeah, it moves really nice in the hand. You can roll it. Then also you can get a kind of snap cut. Now it is shiny, of course. It's very shiny. What does that mean? I mean, someone's going to see it. And that can be good or bad. It can make someone say, yeah, I see a knife, I'm getting out of here. Or they say, yeah, I see a knife, and they draw a gun and shoot you. So, yeah. You probably want to think that through before you pull a knife or a gun. So, anyways. Overall, the way it looks, I mean, look at the little wolf here. That's kind of cool. I mean, overall, I like it. Now the sheath. It's pretty cheap. Just a piece of plastic molding. I would say it would break pretty easy. Locks in. But it does its job. Once again, it keeps it from cutting you. It does have a hole here to let the sand or the water out of it if it's wet. And you can hook it onto something. You know, I don't know how well this would be for a concealed carry type thing, but it might work. I don't know. You'd have to figure out something. And it is one way, you know, it's right hand for a right hand pull this way. That's how it's designed. Or if you're wearing it left hand, you have to pull it, you know, with the back hand cut, you know, so. Unlike the cold steel sheaths where they're ambidextrous and you can change them around, this one you cannot. All right, well, let's go do some cut and see what it does. Okay, we're talking about the Odenwolf today. And here she is. Beautiful knife. Really, really nice knife. So now we're going to get out here in the field and see that old trusty big ass Ferris rod here, and get out here in the field and see what this Odenwolf, see if it can start a fire. That's the first and foremost thing I like to know. So here we go. Let's see if it throws a spark anyway. Oh yeah. Here we go. Boy, that didn't take long. Okay, so she will start a fire. That's actually faster than the other knife that we had. Wow. Pretty impressed with that. That was, so this edge, this 90-degree edge right here does pretty good. So I'm gonna put this out. All right, I'm gonna put that out. And then I wanna see how well she cuts just around the camp. So I just got a little stick here to see how, oh, she just cut that stick in half pretty quick, so that's not enough. Let's see here. Let's find this big boy here. Just kind of, oh yeah, she cuts in there pretty good. So with that fire that we got going over there that I threw on the ground, I have to take these little pieces here. Man, it cuts. It just shaves that wood off. So yeah, I like that. And when you look at the edge on this thing, it's got a really nice fine edge. Now, how sharp out of the box did it come after all that? It's still knocking hairs off. Still knocking those hairs off. Okay. And I have cut, see all those hairs? I have cut an orange with it already. And I've cut some paracord. Let's see how it batons. I hate to baton with a little knife like this. So the key to batoning this little Odenwolf. Now this is a thin blade. I don't like to baton with thin blades. This is a camp, kind of a skinner. I like the way you put your finger here. It's a nice skinner. Be a nice protection knife. I like the safety here where your finger's not going to slide up on the blade. And I like having an end where it's a full tang all the way through. I like all those things about this knife, but let's just go ahead and abuse it a little bit and see what it's got. So whenever you're batoning, always look for these little lines right here. You want to be on one of those lines if possible. So pick up a line and go down it. So yeah, it does a pretty good job with that. I'm not disappointed in that at all. What did it do to our knife? Nothing. Just nothing at all. So now, if you want to do this again, see those lines again, pick a line up here, start on the line if you can, just go down. You don't want to hit on the handle if you can help it, just hit on the blade up closer to the handle if possible. Yeah, see, it made it nice. So you want to hit in this area if possible. Don't hit out here because that's the weaker spot of the blade. But yeah, I mean, for the price point is really good. Will I buy another one? Yes, I'm going to put another order in. I'll probably keep one of these and then a heavier knife in each bag. I like this size knife. It's really nice. It fits my hand really nice. And it's easy to carry. Doesn't take up a lot of weight. I mean, it's almost non-existent for weight. I don't know how many ounces. It's not much. And it's just really a good solid little knife. And it's D2 steel. Or at least it says it is right here. Now, saying it and doing it's two different things often on the internet. All right, let's see what the sharpness is again before we sign off here. Clean that blade off really good. All right. She's still popping hairs. So yeah. Yeah, okay. It's worth buying again. Would I buy it again? Absolutely. All right, go out and make yourself, your family, and your fellow warrior better.